Hare Krishna, dear devotees, my humble obeisances to you. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I wish everyone happy Narsimha Chaturdasi today. And today we are having Her Grace Radha Vinodini Mataji on our call to enlighten us on the topic of Lord Narasimhadeva appearance today. And Mataji is going to go through the verse Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto. Sorry, I forgot the verse. Second canto. I forgot the verse. Second cantos. Sorry. Yeah, Mataji, Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for your time and association, Mataji. You can please take over. Hare Krishna. Sorry about that.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all glories to Guru Maharaj. So I will share my screen. So we will read from Canto 2, second canto, chapter 7, and verse number 14. This actually nicely summarizes this pastime with Lord Narasimhadev. So first offering obeisances. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Traipishta Purupaya Sanisimha Rupam Ritva Brahma Prukutidam Shtrakarala Vaktram Daitindram Ashugadaya Pipatantamarad Uro Nipatya Vidadaranakais Purantam. Srila Prabhupada's translation. The personality of Godhead assumed the incarnation of Narasimhadeva in order to vanquish the great fears of the demigods. He killed the king of the demons, Hiranyakashipu, who challenged the Lord with a club in his hand by placing the demon on his thighs and piercing him with his nails, rolling his eyebrows in anger and showing his fearful teeth and mouth. Srila Prabhupada's purport. The history of Hiranyakashipu and his great devotee son Prahlad Maharaj is narrated in the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Hiranyakashipu became very powerful by material achievements and thought himself to be immortal by the grace of Brahmaji. Brahmaji declined to award him the benediction of immortality because he himself is not an immortal being. But Hiranyakashipu derived Brahmaji's benediction in a roundabout way, almost equal to becoming an immortal being. Hiranyakashipu was sure that he would not be killed by any man or demigod or by any kind of known weapon, nor would he die in day or night. The Lord, however, assumed the incarnation of half man and half lion, which was beyond the imagination of a materialistic demon like Hiranyakashipu, and thus keeping pace with the benediction of Brahmaji, the Lord killed him. He killed him on his lap, so that he was killed neither on the land, nor on the water, nor in the sky. The demon was pierced by Narasimha's nails, which were beyond the human weapons imaginable by Hiranyakashipu. The literal meaning of Hiranyakashipu is one who is after gold and soft bedding, the ultimate aim of all materialistic men. Such demonic men who have no relationship with God gradually become puffed up by material acquisitions and begin to challenge the authority of the Supreme Lord and torture those who are devotees of the Lord. Prahlad Maharaj happened to be the son of Hiranyakashipu, and because the boy was a great devotee, his father tortured him to the best of his ability. In this extreme situation, the Lord assumed the incarnation of Narasimhadeva, and just to finish the enemy of the demigods, the Lord killed Hiranyakashipu in a manner beyond the demon's imagination. Materialistic plans of godless demons are always frustrated by the all-powerful Lord. Om Gyanati Mirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Om Vishnupādaya Krishna Pashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Candramauli Swami May. So, this, as I mentioned, this verse very nicely summarizes what's happening in this pastime. And we know that when the Lord comes to this material world, it's always because he wants to restore the Dharma, which is declining, and always wants to punish those who commit sinful activities, the demons, and protect the pious people. But you know, he could just send the same personality, same manifestation of himself all the time, again and again and again. But we see that Krishna has so many different forms, unlimited forms, and each one of them manifests some different aspect of him. And Nisimhadev is a very, very unique form of Krishna. And he is one of the avatars of Satya Yuga, the first of the four yugas. And so what is so unique about him? Obviously, his how to say, visible form is also very, very special, half lion and half man. So this is not something which we can see every day. But his mood was even more unique, because he has two aspects. One is which he shows towards the demons. We can see that he is the manifestation of Krishna's anger. And you know, sometimes we can experience how people have such strong, raging anger. But you can imagine that God is even better in this than any of us. So his anger is beyond anything which we can imagine. And this anger manifested in Nisimhadev. And this is what he manifests towards demons, but not all. I mean, this is not enough for that, because I read something interesting, that the anger of, for example, Varahadev and Nisimhadev's anger was compared. And Varahadev also was, he was the boar incarnation of Krishna. And he was also blasphemed and criticized by Hiranyaksha, but still his mood was different. What makes that Nisimhadev is so angry is that here his devotee is tortured, because Vaishnava Parad is happening. So
Hare
this is the
Krishna.
anger of the Lord, which manifests by seeing Vaishnava Parad, offenses.
Mataji, sorry to interrupt you. Guru
Yeah.
Maharaj joined the call.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj, my humble obeisances to you. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
She could
Would you like to
continue.
continue?
I came on late. I'm sorry.
No, I thought you are not joining today because it's a festival day today.
Here on time, but something happened and I wasn't able to get on the call on time, but I was here.
Yes, Maharaj. Yeah, would you like to take over, please?
Well, it's up to her. If she wants to continue, she can continue.
No, Guru Maharaj, I would be really happy, and probably other devotees present, if we could hear from you.
All right. If you want. Sorry to be late.
No, that's fine.
Go to I guess get a Murphy. Yeah, go to fifth canto, 18th chapter, verse number 8. 5:18:8.
Yes, Maharaj.
Sorry about that, Radha Vinod. How long were you speaking?
I don't know, maybe 5 minutes. So, but no, I'm really happy that that you can give class. And, yeah.
Okay, but you were making some nice points there. Yeah. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya Namaste Tejase Avir Bhava Rajanaka Rajadamstra Kamasayam Radhaya Tamo Grasa Om Swaha Abhayam Atmani Bhuyastam Om Shram. Translation. This is a prayer by Prahlad Maharaj to Lord Nrsingadev. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Lord Nrsingadev, the source of all power. O my Lord, who possesses nails and teeth just like thunderbolts, kindly vanquish our demon-like desires for fruitive activity in this material world. Please appear in our hearts and drive away our ignorance, so that by your mercy we become fearless in the struggle for material existence. So here, it's a very long purport, but okay, we'll go into the purport. Devotees always engage in the service of the toes of the lotus feet of the Lord can very easily become free from hard knot desires for fruitive activities. Because this is very difficult, the non-devotees, the jnanis, and yogis cannot stop the waves of sense gratification, although they try to do so. Therefore, you advise to engage in devotional service of Krishna, the son of Vasudeva. Every living being within the material world has a strong desire to enjoy matter to its fullest satisfaction. For this person, the conditioned soul must accept one body after another, and thus, the strongly fixed fruitive desires continue. One cannot stop the repetition of birth and death without becoming completely desireless. Rupa Goswami says, one should render transcendental loving service to the Supreme Lord favorably, without desire for material profit or gain through fruitive activities and or philosophical speculation. This is called pure devotional service. Unless one is freed from all material desires which are caused by the dense darkness of ignorance, one cannot fully engage in the devotional service to the Lord. Therefore, we should offer our prayers to Lord Nrsingadev, who killed Hiranyakashipu, the personification of material desire. Hiranya means gold, and Kashipu means a soft cushion or bed. Materialistic persons always desire to make the body comfortable, and for this they require huge amounts of gold. Thus, Hiranyakashipu was the perfect representative of materialistic life. He was therefore the cause of great disturbance to the topmost devotee, Prahlad Maharaj, until Lord Nrsingadev killed him. Any devotee aspiring to be free from material desires should offer this respectful prayers to Nrsingadev, as Prahlad Maharaj did in this verse. Shri Nrsinga Bhagavan ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So this prayer is very powerful, very direct, and very much important for devotees. We struggle in this material world to overcome material desires. We struggle to engage in devotional service. The Lord, by his mercy, is fully equipped to free us from these material desires. And here's the formula. We pray for that. He's saying, my dear Lord, these material desires, they are like demons. They're demon-like desires. He compares them to demons. Demon is, as Prabhupada said, one who interferes with one's devotional service, or one tries to stop one's devotional service. So there are many kinds of material desires, and material desires are quite numerous and diverse, and sometimes very deep, sometimes on the surface, but the conditioned soul means one who has material desires. So devotees also struggle with devotional service still because they have material desires. It is not a disqualification for devotional service to have material desires, but if the living entity thinks that I can fulfill these material desires and still make progress in spiritual life, they remain in illusion because material desires will block. So the idea is, if we any material desires, we can pray to the Lord, my dear Lord, like Rajanaka. Rajanaka means nails. Vajradamstra means teeth. You have very sharp nails and very sharp teeth. The Lord Nrsingadev's hands are compared to a lotus. And in a lotus, it's very soft and flowery and it's very smooth. But do you see a lotus with any kind of sharp nails in it? No, because lotuses don't have that. But the Lord does. He has lotus hands. They're so beautiful, but at the same time, he has these sharp nails, which are meant to rip out our Hiranyakashipus that are sitting in our heart. The Hiranyakashipu that we hear about here in the pastime is a personification of material desires, as Prabhupada illustrates. Hiranya means goals, and Kashipu means one who wants material pleasure or sense gratification. Soft bed indicates sex life in this particular explanation. So the materialists are after money and sex life. And he's a personification of these two things. And therefore, only God can destroy them. These material desires that the devotees have sitting in our heart, it's very difficult to overcome them. Just like it's difficult if you face a big, powerful Rakshasa. You won't have any chance against him. But if Nrsingadev is there, or if you pray to Nrsingadev, he automatically comes and relieves you of this suffering caused by this demon-like desire. So these demon-like desires sit within the hearts of the devotees, and they block our progress in devotional service. They're like little Hiranyakashipus running around inside. And therefore, to find a solution for our, as it says here, we struggle in this material world because of these demon-like desires. But you have powerful nails, you have powerful teeth. You can do it. And if the Lord immediately shows his mercy to the devotee, then he can uproot these material desires, just like he uprooted the heart of Hiranyakashipu and threw it a distance. So in the same way, and of course he killed the demon immediately, in the same way he can do that with our material desires. So this is, as Prabhupada said, this is a very important prayer. And we should pray every day using this prayer to get the mercy of Lord Nrsingadev so we can overcome material desires, which are blocks in our path of devotional service. Here, Prahlad is also praying for another thing. He's asking for fearlessness. In this material world is a very dangerous place. Padam padam yavi padam. It is danger. There's danger at every step. We might be sitting in our nice room and thinking everything is nice, and all of a sudden, there could be an earthquake and the whole thing changes around, and pretty soon the building's in crumble and you're underneath the building. It happens. I remember when I was in India many, many years ago, it was just around Mangalarti time. I was in Mumbai. And all of a sudden the ground started to shake where we were. It wasn't strong, but then we found out a little later, like hundreds of miles away in Gujarat, there was an earthquake. And it only lasted about 29 or 30 seconds, but that was enough to kill thousands and thousands of people and destroy so much residence, housing, buildings, and everything. It was quite a devastating earthquake. So who expected it? Nobody. All of a sudden, it was there. I had a similar experience. I was sitting in my room in Croatia. This was right at the beginning of the COVID uh, epidemic. It was just right around March of 2020. And all of a sudden, I was chanting japa. And all of a sudden, everything started to shake. And I was thinking, wow, I must be getting in ecstasy. I'm getting all of these ecstatic symptoms. Actually, it wasn't me shaking, it was the building. The walls were cracking, pictures were falling off the wall and smashing to the floor. And then the word was out, earthquake. So we left it. Fortunately, we got out of the building in time, went into the car, and were able to leave that section. So this is the material world. It's a dangerous place. And therefore, one can be overcome at any time by the power of the material energy or by a demoniac person who wants to cause harm to others. So therefore, by remembering Lord Nrsingadev, he gives us fearlessness. He helps us to overcome this anxiety of fear. Fear is an element that pervades the material energy. Everyone, as Srila Prabhupada said, and he made a point of this, is in fear. Fear, we might say, it has different degrees of intensity. We might be even doing in our day-to-day life, we may not be fearful, but we may be in anxiety. Anxiety is another form of fear, but in a lesser intensity. But that's also fear. Am I being anxiety? Am I going to fulfill my desires? Am I going to get what I want? Will it make me happy even if I get it? And then even if it does, I know in time it'll be lost. So this is the concomitant factor of the material energy. People are always in anxiety or fear. Now the fear aspect has increased throughout the world with wars happening in so many places in the world. People living in these areas, they don't know whether they're going to live the next minute or not. So this is the nature of this material world. It's a dangerous place. Padam, yeah, padam. There's danger at every step. And therefore, we even find that maybe we even have someone who is out to cause us harm or something. So maybe on a personal level, we have some reason to fear some aspect of the material energy. Of course, then everyone fears the element of death because that takes away everything that we live for. So devotees, where do they go? They go to Lord Nrsingadev. Bahir Nishringo, Ridaye Nishringo. He's everywhere. He sits within the heart. And he can give you fearlessness. This is what Prahlad Maharaj is praying for. Please appear in our hearts and drive away our ignorance, so that by your mercy we become fearless in the struggle for existence in this material world. He doesn't say by our endeavor or by our solutions or our prayers. He said by your mercy. And so he's giving the ultimate understanding that it's the mercy of the Lord that brings about fearlessness. We were just listening to this morning. We were here and we're celebrating the parents of Lord Nrsingadev here in New Simhachalam, which is a beautiful Nrsingadev deity here. It's the center of European culture where Nrsingadev is worshipped so nicely. And Sachinandana Maharaj was talking about how he was preaching in Afghanistan during the early days of his Krishna consciousness. But some people didn't like it. They were there as a group doing Harinam in Afghanistan. And some of the people, actually, at one point, it became dangerous. And the devotees realized that we have to stop. But some people came and actually tried to cause harm to him. And he was about to be killed by these three people who were waiting for him to come out of the latrine. He was inside of a bathroom. They had knives and they were going to kill him. He realized that they were waiting for him, and he prayed to Lord Nrsingadev. He ran out as fast as he could, and they chased behind him, and somehow there was other devotees there, and they fought against these guys and chased them away. There was injuries, of course, but Nrsingadev was there to save the lives of the devotees. So there is many stories. I have personal stories how when we were in New Vrindavan, Nrsingadev helped us when we were attacked by a very powerful motorcycle gang that wanted to destroy our temple and kill the devotees. And that's another story. So yeah, devotees have so many stories. I mean, you can make books out of it. Practically every devotee in our movement has a little bit of experience of being saved by Lord Nrsingadev in a difficult situation. Or maybe even some of you who are listening now have some experience. Yeah, because Nrsingadev is the deity of Kali Yuga. In this age, it's a very dangerous age. It's becoming more dangerous. As Srila Prabhupada said in 1972 in one lecture, he said the demons are increasing and they will continue to increase. And you will be harassed in your practice of Krishna consciousness. But he said, don't worry. Prahlad Maharaj was saved by Nrsingadev. Devaki was saved by the Lord when she was harassed by Kamsa. And so devotees take shelter of the Supreme Lord and become free from any fear, knowing that the Lord is always there to protect them. By here, Nishringo, Hridaye, Nishringo, you are everywhere and you're sitting within our hearts also. And the Lord is very kind and very merciful. He likes to give protection to his devotees. He takes pleasure in serving his devotees by giving them protection. Another element of Lord Nrsingadev's mercy is he destroys material illusions. Our material desires are based on this illusionary idea that we can be happy by fulfilling our desires in this material world. These are illusionary because material desires cannot be filled. And even if we get something to fulfill our material desires, still it creates another material desires, and that same desires after some time become again a source of our anxiety. We try to fulfill them again and again. So these illusions, we see something, oh, there's a beautiful girl, there's a beautiful guy, if I can just be with them, and then my life will be so happy, and I'll be able to enjoy. And we pray to the Lord Nrsingadev. We know it's an illusion, but still the attraction becomes so strong that we can't give up the attraction or the attachment. But we pray to Lord Nrsingadev, please save me from my material desires. They're leading me down the path of hell. And so Lord Nrsingadev will show you by his mercy, this is simply an illusion. He will give you intelligence. He will give you a situation where you can realize this is not what I'm looking for. It's just another form of the material illusion, that's all. So he's good. So here are three things. He destroys material desires, he destroys material illusions, and he gives protection against the dangers of this material world. He's the Kali Yuga deity because this Kali Yuga is full of dangers, illusions, and various types of distractions by which the devotee finds themselves getting involved in because of the nature of this age. But therefore, we want to overcome this so we can stay fixed in our desire to serve the Lord and make progress to go back home, back to Godhead. So there's many beautiful prayers so we can Tava Kara Kamalavadhainakam Adbhuta Sringam Dalital Hiranya Kashiputanu Brahingam Kesavadritam Nadaharirupam Jaya Jagadish Sadhe Jai Jagadish Sadhe Jai Jagadish Sadhe. We pray to Lord Nrsingadev for his mercy and his protection. And we also offer him beautiful prayers to glorify his love for his devotees, because he's very personal and he takes care of his devotees directly. It says that in the Nectar of Devotion, it says that one is recommended to worship Ganesh because Ganesh can overcome material obstacles. But then it says further that Ganesh keeps the lotus feet of Lord Nrsingadev on his tula, his tusk. Ganesh he's an elephant with one tusk, and he keeps that tusk at the lotus feet of Lord Nrsingadev. He gets the power to do that. So we don't worship Ganesh for material protection. We worship the same thing that he worships, Lord Nrsingadev, which is direct, and the Lord is available also. So Nrsingadev, he performs his he makes his residence in one of the higher planets. He's also in Janaloka. It's mentioned in the Tapani Purana. I'm sorry, the Tapani Upanishads, that he's in this material world in the Janaloka planet, and he performs his activities there. But he's everywhere also, not only in Janaloka, but he's in the hearts of all living beings as the indwelling super soul who manifests himself as the protector and destroyer of illusions for his devotee. So when Prabhupada was beginning this Krishna conscious movement, there was a little danger that happened in one of our temples. At that time, there was no books. There was not even a Mangal Arti at that time. But there was a little danger, and Prabhupada said, and now I will teach you a new mantra. And we should sing this every day after we do our prayers. And then he gave us Namaste Narasringhahiham Valaladayine Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha Silatan Kanakalahe Ito Nishimha Padato Nishimho Yato Yamitato Nishimha Pahir Nishimho Ridahe Nishimho Narasring Hamadim Sharanam Prapadye Tavakara Kamala Bharenakam Adbhuta Sringam Dolital Hiranyakashiputanu Brihingam Kesavadritam Nadahariruhupaham Jayan Jagadish Sadhe Om Jai Jagadish Sadhe Jai Jagadish Sadhe. So following in the footsteps of Prahlad Maharaj, we worship Lord Nrsingadev and Prabhupada said, you can also become like Prahlad Maharaj. Of course, then he added, don't try to imitate Prahlad Maharaj by jumping into a pot of boiling oil and expect the Lord to save you. That's not the idea. But what he was saying is that as we make progress in devotional service by the mercy of the Lord, then we can also come to the platform of complete fearlessness, as Prahlad Maharaj is praying in this verse here. By your mercy, we become fearless. And we have to understand that this world is full of fear. out of all of the characteristics, all of the negative characteristics that can attack the devotee or anyone in this material world, fear is all pervading. Prabhupada said everyone from Brahma down to this insignificant ant is fearful. So we can overcome that fear by the power and mercy of the Lord, who, when we take shelter of him and pray for his mercy and engage in his devotional service. Okay, so I'll stop there. Radha Vinodini, you want to add anything to the class?
No, I think it was so nice what you said. I was just planning to mostly speak about the pastime.
In the pastime, yeah, but there's a very important message in these pastimes. It's important that devotees understand the message, because the message is really the essence of the pastime. That it's a dangerous place, and we have our protection. We have our protection for spiritual advancement. We have our protection for material safety. Everyone wants to feel protected, but how can you feel protected in this world? Your guns, your family members, your friends, your police force, you can go through the whole list of things that people bring about as getting protection. So in these different elements, there is no protection, because these things are fallible soldiers. They can't give us protection. Only the Lord can do it, because he's the all-powerful, all-pervading, merciful friend of the devotees. We shouldn't think I'm safe in my nice house, surrounded by my friends and relatives and whatever else I have. I'm also very intelligent. I have so many good qualities. I have an ability to, do things. These are not protections. And there's so many examples with people who have so much, and all of a sudden they're no longer able to protect themselves when danger comes. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Maharaj, for such a nice class. And sorry for the confusion again.
No,
Devotees.
I came late.
No,
I
no.
wasn't late. I was on time for class, but something happened and I got sidetracked. I don't know why. Due to that being sidetracked, I had forgotten about the time.
I feel like it's my mistake that I didn't double check with you, because it's a festival day, and you said Wednesday you will not available previously, so that's why I assume that you will not be here for today's class. So
I'm sorry I had to
no, that's fine, Maharaj.
disturb Radha Vinodi's wonderful explanation of Lord Nrsimha's anger. But she was giving a nice explanation in comparison to Varaha, Dave.
Thank you, Maharaj. Dear devotees, if you have any questions or comments, you can please go ahead. Silpesh Prabhu, please go ahead.
Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Lord Nrsimhadev ki jai. Maharaj, while you are there at the temple, can you pray for all of us for protection from fear and danger, please, Maharaj?
I can pray for you, but I always, if devotees ask me, I try to make some effort in that direction. But yeah, that is also a recommended way to ask your spiritual master or someone on that same level to pray for you. Because if you ask someone to pray for you, in one sense, you're praying for yourself through the mercy of another person. And that's recommended, yeah. I can do that, but that shouldn't cause you not to pray.
Thank you, Maharaj. And can I also ask, like, I wear Narashinga kavachis, and almost I got Narashinga thread as well. How do they protect us? How do they give us mercy?
These are the words of Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj is the personification of receiving the full mercy of Nrsingadev. So your connection with Prahlad Maharaj and these prayers that are there in the Kavacha are elements of mercy that is bestowed upon the devotee. If you can recite the Kavacha, that's also recommended. I also wear one. I have one. But whether you have a kavacha or not, the Lord will protect you if you have prayer, if you pray. We shouldn't expect that, oh, I don't have to pray. The Lord will protect me anyway. In some cases, it's like that, but we shouldn't take advantage of that. We have to show the Lord we actually want his mercy. We have to make an effort. And bhakti means to make an effort. So the prayer is one of those 9 ways. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smartam, Vandanam. Vandanam means prayers. Vandanam is one of the 9 ways by which bhakti is executed. So offering prayers to the Lord is actually a feature of regulated devotional service. We should do that. It's a regular thing. The chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra is also, in one sense, a prayer. Because we're praying for devotional service. We're praying to be engaged in devotional service.
And if we sing the Narashinga prayers, does that count then as a prayer? The one you just sang?
Well, you're looking for an easy way out?
No, I'm just want to ask, well, what's a good way to pray?
Don't be afraid to offer your own individual prayers. The Lord is, even if the prayers are not nicely composed, but if the sentiment is there, the prayer is accepted.
Thank you so much, Maharaj.
We may not be so erudite in composing nice prayers. Of course, we can repeat the prayers of Prahlad Maharaj in the Bhagavatam, and that's recommended also.
Thank you, Maharaj. Yeah, Olga Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj, Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Please accept my obeisances. I have a question. I see many examples of Krishna in different manifestations, or devotees or gurus in the sacred scriptures demonstrating their rage or punishing someone, or being strict with someone. And at the same time, we are taught to we have to practice humility, right? And we should not demonstrate these qualities. So do I understand correctly that for us who are not at that level yet, so we should be humble all the time, and we are not supposed to show these sort of reactions, even though we see these examples in the scriptures?
We can do that. We practice humility because humility is, as mentioned by Lord Chaitanya, the feature by which one receives the mercy of the Lord. You can approach the Lord only in humility and not otherwise. And humility is a characteristic of a devotee who is engaged in devotional service. It opens up the door to many opportunities for spiritual advancement. But sometimes we use stronger methods in order to, that's usually done if you're in a position of, where you have other people who are dependent on you, who you're taking care of, who you're guiding, such as disciples, students, or even children. We sometimes become strong in order to, but that doesn't mean Prabhupada was very strong. He would chastise, sometimes so heavily that devotees would shake, but that doesn't mean he wasn't humble. So humility is not so much an external feature, it's an internal consciousness of seeing oneself very much dependent on the mercy of the Lord, and seeing and not wanting to be honored by others. Humility means not wanting to be honored by others. And so that dependence on the Lord attracts the Lord. So in offering prayers, there has to be an element of humility there. Otherwise, the prayers are what we say, not real prayers. There's something else.
It means that
They're just words. That's
so, for example, if there is a situation and I don't know, one devotee is letting down other devotees, and you can say what do you think about it, and at the same time, it's like you remain in this Vaishnav qualities area. It's not that you have to be silent even if you see that someone is behaving, because this is something that is confusing me, because if you say, for example, okay, I mean, you are doing bad, blah, 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 and they say, okay, you are not Vaishnav because you are, so there is some miscommunication maybe in.
Is it your position to correct people? If it isn't, then it is a little pretentious, and it can cause the situation to get worse. But if you're in a position to correct people, then you do it, but you do it in such a way as not to cause the situation to get worse. You have to use proper words and at the same time be concerned for the person. If someone's bothering us and we want to correct them, that's one thing. But if somebody is doing something wrong and we see it's not good for them or it's not good for other people, then that's different. And that should be dealt with like that. But, sometimes a mother will become disturbed because the child is causing so much disturbance, and the mother becomes a little bit strong on the child, not because she wants to correct the child, but because the child's disturbing her and her activities. Well, that's not the real nature of a mother. A mother will always tolerate the child, but she does correct and chastise when it's needed. Why? For the benefit of the child. So the child doesn't do the wrong thing or learn in the wrong way. So, yeah, you have to see, is that your position or not?
Thank you, Maharaj. I understand the difference. Thanks.
You have to be careful how that's done. It's very sensitive. Rishabh Dev, you have a question.
Yeah, Prabhu, please go.
Hare Krishna, dear Maharaj, please Vaishnavas, accept my humble basis of glory to Srila Prabhupada, glory to Gurudev. I really like the sentence you said that Hiranyakashipu means that he tries to give a comfort to his body as much as possible. And in the sense, we, as in devotional life, we will have to go over our comforts to serve the Lord and the Vaishnavas. So what is the kind of a recommendation of how much to push ourselves? When is this boundary when we are kind of destroying our health, and is there any how this looks like in a pure state of spirituality?
Well, if it's destroying your health, that's the boundary right there.
Okay.
But even devotees will risk their health in order to serve sometimes. Look at Prabhupada. He had 2 heart attacks coming over on the Jaladuna. He had the 3rd one when he got to America. But they didn't stop him in his Krishna consciousness. I know many devotees who struggle with health, but still they don't give up their service. But the real consideration is how much can we do before it actually causes us to go backward or fall down in devotional service. We should not neglect our sadhana in the name of service.
Hmm.
If we do, then we find the service becomes more and more difficult over a period of time. So take a chance. Prabhupada said, take a risk for Krishna. But he said, not at the expense of your devotional service. Now that you have to understand.
So I guess that when you are more you advance, the more you can push that boundary, I guess.
And that's an individual thing. I don't know if advancement is actually the deciding factor.
Okay, thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Radha Vinodini Mataji.
Yeah, thank you very much. I would have a question about something which I just read yesterday in there was this latest Krishna Katamrita Bindu magazine, and by the way, this comparison between the angers of the forms of the Lord was there, and also there was a class quoted from Gaur Govinda Maharaj, and he spoke about that there are 2 different forms of Nisimhadev. The peaceful and the angry mood, and he said that devotees generally worship the angry mood of Lord Nishingadev, because the peaceful mood leads us towards. Worshipping the peaceful mood leads us towards Vaikunta, and worshipping the angry mood is the helps in getting rid of the anarthas. And I couldn't properly understand it, because I generally see that devotees worship Lakshmi Narayan form, and I don't know how to understand this statement. Could you help in this?
I think the same statement is self-explanatory, isn't it? You explained what is the difference between worshiping of the different.
I think I understand the principle. It's just I see that it seems that the practice is something different, because many times I hear from devotees that, for example, grihastas shouldn't worship Ugra Nisimhadev and like that. So that's why I became confused.
Yeah, for grihastas, Ugra Nrsinga is only worshipped by brahmachari, strict brahmachari, naistiki, or sannyasis. Yeah, they're not. I mean, when you have a festival, then you allow everyone to take part. But of course, Ugra Nrsinga is definitely only by that. Grihastas are not recommended to worship Ugra Nrsinga because he causes conflict to those who are not up to the standard. And then what happens is usually the marriage becomes somewhat difficult. So Nrsingadev he's very unique. Only certain moods, certain ways are worshiping him when it comes to temple worship. And there's only about 4, I only know 4 Nrsingadev deities in the movement that are actually on our temples. in 4 different places in the world. The one that we're at now is in Nusimha in Germany. There's one in New Vrindavan, which is a more peaceful one. And then you have the one in Ujjain, it's very ferocious. And then you have the one in Mayapur, which is also very ferocious. So, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, well, and also there's not just 2 forms of Nrsingadev, there's 9 forms of Nrsingadev. Going from peaceful all the way up to Stanu Nrsinga. Stanu Nrsinga, Stanu means pillar. And when he comes out of the pillar, he's ferocious. His eyes are like copper, molten gold, shining, and he is ferociously angry. That should be worshipped only by, very strict sannyasis.
Thank you. I think it was just the main categories. It was mentioned that this Ugra and Anugra form. So,
yeah. There's deities of him with Prahlad sitting on his lap, which is the very peaceful form.
Thank you for the clarification.
Yeah, but we still should chant his mantras.
Sorry, I didn't.
Yeah, we should continue chanting the mantras and ward off, evil spells, demons, and various other personalities.
Yes, it was interesting. Yesterday, I just found that it's also available that there is this 108 names of Lord Nrsingadev, and I don't know. Lately, somehow I got interested because also the first time when I found this different incarnations have so many names when it was Lord Balaram's appearance day last year, and for me it was such a nice meditation because all these names refer to some kind of quality or some kind of part of the pastime. So it's nice to nice help in remembering.
Yeah, that's exactly. Those names are indicating, pastimes, qualities, relationships with his devotees. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Dear devotees, any questions or comments?
Is it Nrsinga's appearance in America too today?
Yes, Maharaj. Yes.
Good. You fast up until dusk.
Yeah. Yes, Maharaj. And the evening we have a program in the temple, Abhishekam and class.
Good. But dusk, oh, okay. Well, dusk it comes pretty late, right? Usually about almost 9 o'clock, right?
Yes, Maharaj. But I think they are serving prasadam by 7:30 today. So I don't know.
America, because but in Europe we don't acquiesce to compromise. We stick to this schedule. 20:49 is the actual time. 8:49. Where is the break fast? Of course, we allow for certain people who can't fast for maybe health reasons, or children, we allow them to take.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Is anyone able to hear, Maharaj?
No.
No, right.
No.
It got frozen. Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Okay, I think he got dropped off. He'll join again. Yeah, today we fast until dusk, and as Maharaj was saying that we can break the fast. But yeah, I think so. Vishaprabhu we can break the fast tomorrow also if you want to continue the fasting. I guess then we can ask Maharaj. Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Radha Vinodini Mataji, in the meanwhile, you want to share anything before Maharaj joins?
I was thinking if you're interested, there are some nice prayers in this Krishna Kathamrita Bindu magazine. So I think it would be nice.
I'll share with the God family. Even I got the one with another group. I'll share with Guru Maharaj join. Hare Krishna Maharaj. You're on mute, Maharaj.
My internet jumped off. I'm sorry.
Yes. So devotees are asking, like, can we fast all day and break the fast tomorrow?
No, breaking the fast is part of the worship, and you should break it today. Even if you want to break it with just something like, usually all the temples do abhishek for the deity. Some abhishek and that breaks the fast. But we shouldn't fast beyond. You don't have to take any food. You can take just a break fast. If you decide to fast beyond that, that's your prerogative. You can choose to do that.
So can we do Nirjala too, Maharaj, on this day?
Why?
It's like somebody asked. Balaji Prabhu was asking.
We try to prove ourselves by going beyond these things, just to see how strong we are. Follow the recommended program and you'll get the benefit. Everything's recommended according to the festival, to the program. You fast up until sunrise, to dusk, or to moonrise, and then not moonrise, but dusk, and then you take a little break. And if you want to continue fasting after that, that's up to you. It's not necessary.
Okay, Maharaj. Thank you.
Okay.
There's
a question there.
Yeah, Hi Krishna. Hi Krishna, very much my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to all assembled devotees. I just wanted to clarify on this, Guru Maharaj. You mentioned like we should not worship ferocious form of Lord Narasimhadev. And
Who said? Oh, not on your altar. Yeah.
Not on the Mayapur. You mentioned like it's a more ferocious form.
You can go and worship in Mayapur. That's fine. It's on their altar, not your altar. You can't worship the ferocious form on your altar, your home altar.
Because my altar, I took the picture of Mayapur, and that's why I was just wanted to confirm.
Keep it off to the side. Don't put it directly on the altar.
So I also have a picture of Prahlad Maharaj, Narasimhadev with Prahlad Maharaj sitting, so I can put that in the altar.
That's nice. I mean, he destroys marriages if you worship Nrsingadev and Ugra. If you're married, you will have problems in your marriage. There's no doubt about that. It happens to everybody who tries to worship Ugra and in their home altar. Even the best marriages go to hell. So don't do it. Just put him, he's very kind, but there is a standard and we have to follow that standard. So in the temples, fine. You can go and worship Nrsingadev in his Ugar form in the temple, but not on your personal altar. You shouldn't have a deity there. Or a picture, you can put the picture off to the side, not on the altar itself.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay, Gurush, thank you so much. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Okay?
Yes, Maharaj. Yeah.
Nrsinga, Jai Nrsinga, Jai Jai Sri Nrsinga.
Jai.
Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bringam Ugram Virya Mahavishnu Jwalantam Sarvato Mukham Shringa Bishinam Bhadram Mitya Mityam Namami Aham. These are prayers we can pray regularly to Lord Nrsingadev.
Yes, Maharaj. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming online and giving us this class on such an auspicious and festival day. And I hope you are having a blissful day in your Simhachalam, Maharaj.
It's so blissful that it's too blissful.
Devotees are sharing pictures and videos from there, Maharaj.
Yeah. We did an Abhishek for 2 hours today. They bathe the deity with all kinds of sacred articles and substances. Yesterday they did you know what the pavitras are? Those colorful things you put around.
Yes,
They
yes.
piled them on in Lord Nrsingadev. When you opened the curtain this morning for Mangalarti, all you could see was his face and Prahlad's face. All it was pavitras all over the place.
Wow.
Yeah. And I got one too.
Yes. Wow, nice. Hare Krishna.
There was hundreds of these, not just one. This has got two. This has got 5 different pavitras tied together as one.
Mhm.
And these are, auspicious. They're clothing of Lord Nrsingadev. So they do, here, this is the most elaborate and most, detailed worship of Lord Nrsingadev in the entire planet.
Mhm.
Maybe not in the entire planet, but in ISKCON anyway, for sure. The devotees here, there's about 4 or 5 really fixed up Nrsingadev pujaris who simply, they know all the mantras, they know all the rituals, and they do all of these really unique, never seen before type pujas. Come some year. Anybody, you can come from anywhere, but if you're in Europe, it's not, Germany is usually like the center of Europe. You can easily get there from any area in Europe. We have half of the devotees here are from the UK. I'm serious.
Yes.
And we do kirtan all day, every day, from 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock at night, and during the day also. Kirtan goes on all day, along with the different pujas. You won't find any break in the action anywhere. It's really quite a festival. We have Jayadvaita Maharaj here. We have Bhakti Vaibhava Maharaj here. We have Sachinandana Swami here. Mukunda Goswami from Malaysia. He's an Indian sannyasi. And there's many other devotees who come from all over Europe to be here. Yeah, come make it plan. Come next year. It's something that you will never forget. An experience.
Yes, Maharaj. Thank you.
Okay.
Maharaj, Trupti Mataji has raised her hand. Do you want to take her?
Go ahead.
Yeah, please, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, my humble obeisances to Guru Maharaj and to Narsingh Hadev. Just enjoyed the class today, and Maharaj just spoke about coming to Germany next year, plan it. And an hour ago, I was thinking, because from this morning I've been watching live Mayapur TV, and I feel like I'm there. Present there, and it was amazing experience to even so fortunate that to be here in London and just enjoy all that and listen to that. And I feel like my home is being purified by those chanting and mantras and everything. And I just feel so blessed, and thank you very much for your very detailing explaining in the class today. My humble obeisances to you, Guru Maharaj.
Thank you for sharing your experience. It's really, really wonderful to hear.
Yeah. Yes, I'd have to just turn the TV off now because I have to go and do my grandmother duty to collect grandchildren from school. So, but it was amazing. I've been watching it from Mangala Aarti till now, and it was, and because I was there in May, I was in Mayapur. So I feel that this place, I was standing here, I was doing the Iti Darshan here, I was here. So it felt like very personal to me, because it was just recent experience of mine, standing in front of Narsingh Hadev a few months ago, and today watching him washed and did all the pujaris. They amazes me how they do the decoration and how they decorate Narsingh Hadev. Is just comes alive. It's just amazing feeling, and I just feel very fortunate. Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj.
You can experience that through the media. What to speak if you were personally here, you would be jumping up and down.
Yes, absolutely.
That's what we've been doing all day, jumping up and down.
Yes. You are in trance.
Yeah, it is an experience.
Yes, you are in mercy of Lord Narasimha, so.
Really powerful. Yeah, he's very kind to his devotees.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I have to go because there's more action in the local area here. So.
Maharaj, one small question about tomorrow's class.
Tomorrow is if I can, I think I'll be good for class tomorrow.
Okay, great. Okay. So I'll send you the verse number with the Bhakti Sangha devotees. It will be 7th canto, 7th chapter, verse number 47. I'll message you, Maharaj, on your WhatsApp.
Okay. I'll do my, if it's a 99% chance that I'll be there, but there's 1% that something may come up because it's the only day I have to get ready. I have to fly to Dallas on
Friday.
On Friday morning, leaving early. So things are quite tight. To say
yes, Maharaj, I understand. Yeah. Just wanted to ask your schedule.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, Maharaj. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much for today's class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna to everyone. Jai Narasimha.
Jai.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Nice class.
Jai. Thank you. Thank you, Hare Krishna.